Hi, guys. It's another episode of Love, Sex, Lies, and Reality Talks. But today I will be answering questions that I usually get. When it comes to dating and relationships, most of the time I get questions that leave me wondering where we are with ourselves. And I include myself sometimes because I do still work on myself. And it's more of understanding where we are with ourselves to be able to address those questions. So I'll start with the first question. How long should you wait before dating? Reality is that, in my honest opinion, it all depends on you. Reality is that you don't have a number to how many days you need to wait. There is no structure to dating because dating is not a relationship. Let me say that again. Dating is not a relationship. And that's where a lot of us get it wrong because we're looking at dating as a relationship. Understanding who you are, understanding what your values are, understanding what your relationship requirements are is the most important part of the process for dating. And when you come to know yourself, when you come to meet your own needs, when you understand your core values which are non-negotiable, which help you keep your character and integrity intact, you will not have to seek for a relationship until you know you're there and it's time for you to go figure out who the partner is through the vetting and sorting game of dating. Again, dating is a vetting and sorting game. I've written that in my book on Becoming Restored. And I write more on dating in there if you want to get the book. So dating is a vetting and sorting game. When you know who you are, when you understand yourself, when you understand your life and relationship goals, when you have a vision and you have core values that are the drivers for selecting and vetting partners and sorting them out to your selection list to kind of narrow down who exactly you want to move into the courtship phase of a relationship, because that's where a relationship begins, the courtship phase. You realize you're not playing a game anymore. When you're dating, it's a game. People who don't know themselves get into the game and run on the emotion level, and there's so much emotional roller coaster because it's coming from an unhealthy place. And when you're dating from an unhealthy place, you can't really vet and sort the partners. You're thinking it's a fairy tale because it's mostly based on fantasies and illusion. You're thinking this is a rescuer. This person is going to save me. This person is going to help me out. This person is going to be the happily ever after. But is there really a happily ever after without both of you building building the solid foundation for the relationship first and putting the bricks together and the mortar to build your home without putting the bathroom in the kitchen? So understand that there is no period to dating. It's a game. It's where you're knowing someone, you're evaluating them based on your core values and your relationship requirements. It's a place where you become the chooser of who goes along with you into courtship, where the relationship begins. And what you find out is most people think that dating is the relationship, and that's why a lot of us are broken, because we've been conditioned by the society, the culture, the tradition, the trends, the Hollywood movies, whatever else there is to it, the books that we read. In my generation, we read Mills and Bones. The guys read James Hadley Chase, so it was all that fantasy and illusion that my generation got into. But again, it happens in every single generation, so it's not limited to this generation or that generation. We all go through it, but we all have to come to the reality of it, that dating is a vetting and sorting game. It's not a relationship. It's never going to be the relationship. It's where you learn at the end of a breakup that partner realized, hey, this isn't the person I need to move into courtship phase with. And so you look at it as, I wasn't broken. I was just made to realize I'm not ready for courtship. Or there are still things that I need to work on myself. And if I'm not doing the work, who else is going to do the work for me? No partner is going to do the work for me because they don't even know what I'm going through or what I'm feeling, because they can't feel what I'm feeling. They can't experience my emotions like I'm experiencing it. So it's time to sit with the emotions at that point and say to yourself, what did I learn from this relationship? How did I go in with the emotions? How did I allow myself to get lost in this game? How did I play my role in this game? How did the partner play a role in this game? How did the game end up? Win-win situation. I gained awareness to knowing myself. Partner may not be in a good place with themselves, so they're not meant to be the one in my life. So I won in that space. I'm no longer losing myself. I'm cutting what's making me lose myself, and I'm coming back home to myself, and I'm doing the work in my life, and I'm healing myself, and I'm discovering myself. And when you look at relationships at a dating stage from that phase, from that analogy I just played out, you realize you weren't broken. You were awakened. You were awakened to finding yourself. You were awakened to connecting with yourself. You were awakened to understanding your emotions. You were awakened to feel what you're feeling and understand that your feelings are validated. You're awakened to become more mature. You're awakened to evolving. You're awakened to growth. You're awakened to recognize that you're a seed planted, and you're not trampling on your own seed. You're watering your own seed so that you can evolve. And as you evolve, you grow. And as you grow, you learn. And as you learn, you gain wisdom and knowledge that you never knew that you had about yourself. And you continue to discover who you are and go on with the journey. So there is no limit to dating. Dating is limitless, if depending on the timeline that you set for yourself. If you're looking to be in a courtship phase of a relationship in 3 months, then you have to have a timeline that you set for yourself to evaluate how long you want to go on the dating game, and how you're vetting those people that you're meeting to make sure that they're in alignment with where you're going. It's simple. Don't complicate relationships. Relationships is so easy if only we pay attention to what we're doing in our own spaces and how we're running on autopilot and survival. You're not meant to survive, you're meant to thrive. Survival phase happens when we don't know ourselves, and it's an opportunity for us to connect with ourselves and learn so much, and then pivot, realign, re-energize, revamp, restore, and become who you're meant to be and become on the journey of life. So don't complicate dating. Don't complicate finding a partner. Find yourself first. And when you find yourself, your beauty glows in a way where you've never really imagined. You're not only operating from a place of wisdom, you're operating from a place of clarity, you're operating from a place of love, and it's also an opportunity to show people how you want to be loved. Because if you don't know how you want to be loved, people will come and show you what you're presenting. And what you're presenting is what you get back. And if you're getting less than you're expecting, then you're setting unrealistic expectations and projecting what you need to work on other people. So that's why you have to come home and do the work. I say this to my coaching clients all the time, and it's amazing that we see results when they do the work in my coaching practice, and it's amazing to see people evolve and grow and build relationships that are like a lifetime and not temporary, because you're not only gaining wisdom, you're knowing you. And the more you know you, the more you discover your strengths, the more you see that you're limitless and that no one can stop you except you choose to put yourself as a pedestal for someone to step on and say, I'm going to take your power away. I'm going to take your voice away. I'm going to control you in a relationship. I'm going to manipulate the relationship. I'm going to discard you when I'm done. And all that is only based on a transactional relationship. It's not from a healthy place. So take the time to date privately, because you want to be sure that you're vetting and sorting correctly. Court wisely. Because when you're courting wisely, you're already knowing you're moving to the next stage, and then you marry purposefully because there's a purpose for the marriage, and you're going into a lifetime relationship together where you're both supporting each other's growth, and you're manifesting the purpose of your marriage or your partnership together as a couple for a lifetime. Never stop loving while living. When you stop loving, you stop living. When you stop living, it means it's time to go back to the maker. But while you're still doing it, remember, the only showstopper in your path and journey is you.